Kyle Rothwell. Kyle, talk about your pro stock seasons at Humberstone.
Well, I got into pure stock from Tyler. Tyler was in a course in school that built the car with the class. And they raced it as a class, and then the school sold the car. Tyler bought it. I pit for him his rookie year, and then I bought the car off him at the end of the season. He moved up to Mini, and then I went into pure stock.
I'll talk about like the All-Canadian. Did you win a race in the pure stocks with the All-Canadian?
No, the All-Canadian was never my friend. I've had parts failures in qualifying. I've been in wrecks, blown up motors. It just seemed like it was like my Daytona 500. Like it was unachievable. Third place, I think, was the best we got there.
And then you made the heck of a move up to mini stocks. You are a championship.
Yep, we won a championship our rookie year in pure stock, and I got a call from Trevor Clark. He owned a couple mini stocks in the division, and he asked me if I would drive for him. I ended up driving for him, I think for 9 years or 8 years I drove for him.
And I'll talk about driving a mini stock, a street stock for a couple nights. How did it feel jumping from a 4-cylinder up to a 602?
It was pretty cool. Jesse, Tyler's uncle, was nice enough to let me drive it. He was the car owner. He kind of let me and Tyler play around a little bit, get some seat time, and unfortunately, I was racing a 50 lapper at Humberstone, I think, with it, and I blew it up. And then that was the end of that street stock endeavor.
Now, what made you a choice behind the car that's staying beside you? What made that choice for a big jump to come up here?
Honestly, since I was a little kid, this is the class that I really wanted to race in. So I've always made this the goal. It's just finances never really allowed me to jump up to this class before. Things kind of fell in place and I took a crack at it.
Now, I talk to this about everybody, but what's your thoughts on Humberstone no longer around with us anymore?
It sucks anytime a track closes up. It's not good for anyone. It's not good for the racers. It's not good for the fans. It's not good for the car builders. It's not good, period. I wish it could have kept going. Somebody could have took it over. Got my first championship there, my first win, my first back-to-back. I think I won on 7 or 8 of Hannah's birthdays in a row at that track. Like, a lot of good memories at Humberstone.
Now, what do you think about her running a mini stock against you before you made the big move up to here? What does that make you feel for a second generation driver?
So we kind of talked about it, and I had kind of agreed with her and my wife that I would race a year or 2 with her just to say that we raced together. And then I would move up the next year, which I did. And I'm kind of glad I did because I don't think I could beat her every week.
Well, this is the former, if I'm not mistaken, this is the former Ponante's car.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, the same body, or just a different body?
This is, I've rebodied the car 2 times since I got it from the Ponantes. I still have the panels that I got off of them when I got the car, but I've rebodied the car each season so far.
Now, you raced the Fall Brawl, if I can't remember, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
You ran it.
Yeah.
The Friday night for the 50 lapper. What was the experience running that 50 lapper?
I love the longer runs. I'm still learning with the car every time I go out. I'm still adjusting it, finding what I'm comfortable with, and I find on the longer runs, I get more familiar with the car, and I don't know, I just settle in better with the longer races.
Now, even Tyler jumped up to start with you guys.
Yep.
What does that feel like running with your teammate from a mini stock?
It's awesome. I love that we've moved up in every class together. We bounce ideas off each other, whether it's designing a car, you know, the handling of it, the suspension of it. It's great to bounce it off somebody else that's super talented.
Now, are you gonna run this next year fully, full-time, even though you did take a couple weekends off for a blown engine? It's probably pricey too from behind the pocket wise, right?
Yeah, that definitely could have went without that this year. Unfortunately, we did lose an engine. It took 4 or 5 weeks for us to get something together. 3 or 4 different people were involved in that. It wasn't just me. Cecil had a big part in that. My wife had a big part in that. I chipped in some. It wasn't cheap. And I'm low budget. Like, I mean, I pretty much got one of everything. So something like that was pretty huge to my team.
When's the big race? You take this to Oswego next year, or what's your plans? You're gonna run anywhere else except Maryville?
Yeah, I think we're gonna travel around a bit and go to Oswego when the schedule permits that. And we're gonna try and race for points next year, I think, at Maryville, and take it a little bit more seriously. I think we got a handle on the car. See what happens.
No, are you gonna run the Apple Fest weekend for next season?
I'm not sure about going out of town along like that, but we'll have to see what the budget is like next season.
Racing ain't cheap anymore, not like it used to be with you and Aaron Wiley used to run mini stocks back in the day. I wouldn't want to know the price bills of you coming out of the weekend with a racing, especially with Hannah rowing it last night on a Friday night.
It's definitely not any comparison when it comes to the budget and what it takes to keep one of these going and what it takes to have a competitive mini stock. I think the wife would rather we have 2 mini stocks again, but it's definitely for the fun. It's not for the money.
Well, even though the modifieds were done Friday night, you hopped into a mini stock.
Yeah.
What was it like jumping down again for one night?
I only did it because Glenn was putting on that show. I had made a deal with Don and Maryville that I wouldn't jump back down into the mini stocks. Being a non-points, non-Maryville sanctioned night, I decided to do a double header. It didn't work out on the Friday night exactly how we wanted it to, so we ended up fixing the car Friday night. Got the car all fixed up for Saturday. Saturday we just ran the mini and it went a lot better. I had a lot of fun. There was no stress. I had a good time racing up front with Leroy. That was a good pure stock guy again, right? Good time with him.
Yeah.
He's a good driver. Yeah, it was fun to be back in that class with my old buddies.
Now, who would you like to thank on this car? You know, you got a lot of sponsors. There's people that are staying behind you, you gotta thank.
Cecil, they do a tremendous amount for me. Driven Industrial is a good buddy of mine. Cutter Up Design, Pet Value, Jeff Riley, All Star Concrete, TCB calls fine with the car, and Lakeshore Home Comfort, Rob's Transmission, my wife, everybody that has anything to do with this car that gets me to the track every week. It's really, I owe it to them.
Now, is there anything you want to say before we end the video?
No, not really.
Well, make sure you guys come on out next year for Maryville, so